team member for Stamp Anything. Welcome to another Fannie Friday. I apologize that you do not get to see my face, but yeah, it's been a week. Let me tell you, I actually haven't worn makeup much in the last few months, so I haven't been showing my face that often, but yeah. Okay, so we are making a very kind of very different card than I normally do. Actually, I used, when we did the Best Buds, the plant word die, I did only die cuts on that. I guess we're kind of doing the same thing. So this is all Timothy's fault. And if you don't follow Timothy, you should. He is a master at taking heads from one stamp and putting them on a different body. Like, I am in awe all of the time. So he has this card of Lydia, and you'll see it later in the video. And the way he added white accents to the word die made it look like a balloon to me. And I was like, what if most of the builder dies I actually made into balloons. So that's what we're doing here. Oh, look, this is an A. If you're a Big Shot owner, you know what this one is. I didn't ever see that it said not to die cut on that, and I was trying everything I could do to get it. I haven't had the sandwich the right way the whole entire month I've had this machine. So yay, go me. So here is Timothy's card, and I will insert a better picture towards the end. That way you can see it a little bit longer. So I decided I was going to go ahead and bring in some double-sided adhesive tape, etc. But I lost the bat. And right here, I have the bat die in my hand. And in a few minutes, he's going to disappear. And it took me forever. I had to literally stop filming, come watch the footage after I uploaded it to see what did I do with it. And I was like, oh, it was stuck to the back of the trimmer. It wasn't on the back of the trimmer. I'd already gone through my recycling bin. So yeah, anywho, I'm cutting out the spooky kind of the outline of that onto just black paper. And then for the thin kind of font, I'm putting that on adhesive backed paper. And here I am frantically looking for that bat going, what did I do with it? It was literally just here by my hand. It was not fun. Luckily, I had, I don't know if you can see up to the top left, I actually made color shifting embossing powder. And if you guys want to see a tutorial on that, let me know. Here's all the contents of my my recycling bin. And I finally found it at the end. So I decided I was going to have orange go on the black and the black go on the orange. And initially, like I said, I cut out all of the traditional colors. And as I started doing this, I was like, I just want orange and black and white. And that's what we're going to end up doing. So there are several places where you can get adhesive sheets. Sizzix sells them. The one I'm using now is from Be Creative. I don't even know if they're in business. But if you don't have that, if you have score tape or like tear-in tape, you can put that on the back of a piece of paper and that'll work just as good. And then you don't have to buy any new materials. So I'm going to get that on the black, and then we're going to bring in the infamous card. I'm actually going to take it and go like step by step how he highlighted with white. You can count on no hands, well now one hand, how many times I've added white gel pen highlights. And here's why. I hate it. I love the look of it. But I feel like either my gel pen doesn't glide right, or I end up having streaky lines and it makes me angry, or I don't let it set long enough and I've smeared white everywhere. So that's probably why you don't. And also, I love the look of it on other people's projects, but on my projects, I'm like, I don't even know where to put these. So anyway, Timothy, thank you for sparking my creativity. This is actually a shaker card, and he used tulle, like the thin see-through fabric rather than acetate. And that is another one I'm going to try when I get my hands on some tulle. But anyway, I went verbatim on how he did the spooky word with my white gel pen. And then I kind of tried to do the same thing with these other little die cuts. So this is one of the Slimline dies. I don't remember what it's called, but you guys know I always put my supplies that I use in the description box down below. You can also find a link to this collection. You can also find a link for Stamp Camp if you want all or part of it. If you are someone who didn't love the Beetlejuice theme, but you're a fan of Halloween, you can honestly 100% pick up the word die and the builder die and have so much fun with them. So I got that glued down to some acetate, and now I'm using some foam strips that I picked up off Amazon to add. We're going to make a shaker. Initially, I thought maybe I would go like every 3 lines and go across, and I was like, Misty, it's not that serious. Just, just make one big shaker. So that's what I did right here. So I have 2 sizes of these foam strips, and there you see, I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. And honestly, they are a lifesaver when it comes to making shaker cards. So yeah. So initially I was going to use like that lime green as my backdrop. And I was like, no, let's try it with white. So these are the pumpkins and the candy corn. Is it sprinkles? I can't remember what they're called, but I'll try to remember to link them down below if they are available. I was actually going to use the candy corn builder stencil, or like layering stencil, and I just didn't. I did this instead. So this was also an idea from Timothy. I'm using leftover diamond drills from diamond painting and adding those in. So once I get that done, I'm going to tear off the backing tape, and then I'm going to back it to this white piece, and then I'm just going to cut around it. I actually used this piece for the card base as well. So I really love the look of it, and I am excited to get started on the rest of it. So initially I thought I was going to have like a flying tombstone, and I was going to be using all the things. And then I thought, oh, I'll use this silver. This is metallic embroidery floss that I got up off Amazon. And then I was like, no, I don't like that. So this is where I came back after finding the bat. And I decided to use just regular orange and black embroidery floss. So I am taking a piece off, and then I'm going to pull it apart, kind of like pull it in half, and then I'm going to use half of it here and then half of it on the orange bat. So orange gets the black string and black gets the orange string, and then the tombstone, the orange tombstone, is actually going to be our anchor at the bottom. So, and I almost put the leftover grass from Lydia's card last week on this. I was like, no, Misty, black and orange, a little bit of yellow from the candy corn, but other than that, nah. So I wanted to pop up the letters because we're putting the embroidery floss behind it, but I didn't want them very tall because we already have height because of the foam strips. So I find that the Scotch adhesive is just the perfect size because it just bumps it up just a little tiny bit. So I played with the layout 3 or 4 times. I couldn't decide what I wanted. Story of my life. Story of my life. Have you ever listened to really listened to the lyrics of that song? I'm not even a One Direction's fan. That song just got stuck in my head one time, and I'm like, who sings this song? And I was like, oh, One Direction. And then I really listened to the lyrics. I'm like, what in bejesus? But it reminds me of all those kind of reels and memes and stuff where it's like 90s kids listening to 90s songs today and realizing just how dirty they were. How did those get approved for high school dances? That's what I want to know. Like Pony from Genuine. Like, okay, that's a very naughty song. Why did we dance to this at our senior prom? Anyway. So I wanted to go ahead and have the string go all the way to the bottom of the card because, again, they're supposed to look like a bouquet of balloons. And I just really love this. I just love this idea. I think it's something different and something fun. And again, it's a way to show you that even if you don't love all of a release, there are some bits and pieces that you may love and be able to get a lot of use out of. And I mean, bats and tombstones and stuff are just classic Halloween, classic horror, etc. You could use these dies with the horror that Kevin did last year, where he did all of the not Kevin Bacon, Misty, Freddy Krueger. He did Michael. He did Jason. Like all of this, Pennywise, like all of the scary like characters that I don't watch. These would work perfectly with them. So yeah, really fun, really just perfect for other things. So I wrapped this in, and I don't know why I was going about it like this, but I put the washi tape on the back and I was trying to pull the string, and I'm like, why did the bat fall off? And then I realized I put it up there and never took off the backing tape. But I was pulling the string just to get it kind of where it was taut, but not like pulling it. And that's how that worked. So yeah, you can order embroidery floss off of Amazon. If you do, I would order the what are they called? Like the bobbins, the floss bobbins. That's how I store them, because once they're in those long packages, they just get all over the place, tangled, etc. So I spent probably half a day just rolling embroidery floss on bobbins. But yeah. So once I've done that, I'm going to bring in some more of the orange and black, and I'm actually going to tie bows. This was awful. I need a bow maker. You guys know, I mean, I already have fat fingers, but I have dexterity issues on top of it. And I've already been crafting for 6 hours at this point. So tying bows was like the bane of my existence. So yeah, I'm not the best bow tire, but I did my best. But once we do that, then that's it. That's it for this card. I am going to bring in some enamel dots for just to add a bit more embellishment. And these are actually from, I want to say, the Magic Celebrations box, the Disney theme box. Is that where they're from? I don't remember. See, there I am adding more white gel pen because the gel pen wasn't opaque enough. I swear. And it doesn't matter which ones I use either. Like I have a Signo Uniball, I have a Jelly Roll, neither of them do like I want. Okay, so I don't have any orange dots, and I thought I could color the red ones orange, but they were just too much of a red orange. So I'm bringing in a YR marker and coloring the yellow orange. So if you didn't know this, here's a tip for you. You can use Copics or whatever alcohol markers. I've done this with Sharpies before. They can color beads, they can color rhinestones, any embellishment that's hard like this, you can color with them. So yeah. Anywho, friends, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Captain's Log. Next Wednesday starts October's release previews, and you are going to love October's release. I promise you that. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment saying hi, follow the Facebook group, check out Stamp Club, and check out Stencil Club. I'll see you next week for our October release previews. Bye for now.